Hi, Gig.
Hi, Grant. How's it going with you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hey, congratulations for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
I thank you. Thank you.
It is so beautiful, this entire production, this Greece and
Uh,
all. It makes me feel like I just want to pack up out of America and move over there myself.
you know what? In which case, I've done my job. Thank you for saying that. Because that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to showcase Greece at its best and also showcase a different side of Greece that we hadn't kind of felt like we'd seen before. Um, so that's nice to know. That's nice to know that you want to get out over there because it's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country.
It certainly is. But Grant, tell us how you brought on board to this project, because I want to say this film is a lot different from a lot of big projects you have worked on in the past.
Yeah, it is. It is a different film. And it came via my agent. A script landed on my in my email, and I opened it up, and it said "Big Fat Greek Wedding 3," and I'm like, yes. I what I like and what excites me about this job is the fact that every project is completely different. That's what I love about it. I don't honestly like to try and do things twice. So if I don't have to. So that's what made it so interesting. I've never filmed in Greece before. I've never really done a romantic comedy, a family comedy before in that mind. So that there were so many things that kind of tick the boxes. And when I did a presentation to Nia, and we hit it off straight away. She's an amazing lady, and it just worked. The whole thing worked, and we both saw eye to eye in how we wanted this film to look. So it was an amazing project to work on. It was, and to I don't think you'd find many people who'd want to turn down a summer in Greece. So
Now, for yourself, you just admitted you never worked in Greece before. So how did you
um,
find an approach something like this? How did you want to capture that look for a person, for a foreigner?
well, I mean, I'm English, so we're not that far away, but but I'm certainly not Greek. I'm certainly not Greek. And you know what? I think that's actually probably a good thing because I think you get to see things that if you lived every day in Greece that you take for granted. So I got to kind of appreciate and visualize and see things for what they were. Whereas I think sometimes if someone from outside came to England, they'd see things differently than I would. So I would say hopefully some of the bits of humor and some of the quirkiness are things which I picked up on my travels around Greece, looking down at different locations. And I wanted to try and capture those little moments. And I think sometimes if you are from Greece itself, they probably just pass you by. But it's only the fact that I am from elsewhere, and they become a little detail that you want to kind of bring into the film. So that's really it all starts with reference. I started looking at different references, and it all from the script from day one. It said about it being a neoclassical village, so that was the impetus to move it towards that style. So we're looking at that kind of architecture. We're looking at these colors, these reds, these orange, these ochres, this warmth, kind of the old warmth of an old village, an old Greek village. And yeah, so it was just a very different avenue we wanted to go down than the stark white kind of and blue look that a lot of holiday brochures go down, that you think immediately of Greece. So that we wanted to show something different.
Well, then tell us about this village that you did find. Did you have to make any minor or major adjustments to this village yourself?
So we found from searching so many different villages around Greece itself, we kind of narrowed it down, and a lot of them all turned up on the island of Corfu. So we then found a place called Buas village, which was a village that was built by a Buas family in the 1970s as a recreation of a Greek village. Now it's kind of two sides of a street. so to make that into a village feel, I had to block one end off and build a big facade and make that into a town square. And then down the other end, we had to put buildings in to block off the scenery to make yourself feel like you're actually inside the village itself. And then the house that they stayed in, we built on the edge, on the entrance of the village. So it became a full composite set almost. It became a full 360. You could shoot anywhere, you could kind of walk anywhere, and you felt like you were actually in a village. So we did actually do a fair bit of building onto what was there. So and then we also found a real village on the top of a mountaintop called Varipatadas. And so we mixed the two of them together. We did a few days filming, but because of the practical terms of on a tiny little village up in the mountains, with little windy roads, and to get a film crew up there is really tricky. So we, on a practical level, it made a lot more sense being down in this, in our recreation.
I was going to ask about the house because I never really heard of one room houses before, and I wasn't sure that was a Greek thing, or you guys just built it on a practicality.
We built it on practicality. We did build it on practicality, but there was meant to be an upstairs, but there's a broken staircase, which is why they don't go upstairs, where they all had to come in the main room. So that was really the reason. We wanted to keep everyone together, and Nia was like, you know what, let's just do a staircase and we'll have it all broken up. I'm like, okay. So that, yeah, it came from a lot of references. There are a lot of the Greek old houses, they did actually sleep in the living room as well. So they were multi-purpose. There was a slightly raised area where they'd sleep, and then the kitchen was in one area. So it's not too far from the truth, but there was a little bit of artistic license in there at the same time.
So you must have a lot of enjoyment of set decoration and with your production design with all.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, the set decorator I was lucky enough to bring over from the UK, Mike Standish, who I've worked with quite a few times in the past. So we have a really good relationship, and he'd go around different markets and in Athens and in Corfu and come up with all these amazing bits of dressing, from the furniture to the fabrics, to the window dressings, to the lace, to you name it. It was all authentic. And we also had he had an assistant set decorator who was from Greece. So she would say, no, you can't use that. That's not authentic. No, that's good. So and then we'd put everything together. We'd kind of do a little mood board, and we'd show Nia the kind of a display of what we were kind of trying to create. And of course, she's the Greek guru, so she's like, no, you would never have that. And so, but it was a really fun job. It was a really amazing, fun job with a beautiful team of people, a really collaborative effort on all parts, from Barry, the DOP, to Nia, to the art department team. It was great, and to the location team, production team. It was a really lovely job.
I was going to ask you, is how important is authenticity to you? I mean, to me, I couldn't tell. It's all Greek to me.
It's all Greek to me, exactly. You know what? It's everything, to be fair. You want to be, you're there to tell a story. You're there to kind of create a world that propels the story forward. So, bearing in mind that we wanted to kind of this village to have it be a character in the film, that's really the impetus of how we kind of wanted to think about everything, from the dressing of the village on the streets to the interior of the house. It had to have a certain character, it had to have a certain style, it had to be authentic. It had to, I don't want somebody who lives in a Greek village saying, no, we'd never have that, we wouldn't do that. No, it needed to feel it was real. And looking a lot of the time is when you actually go look into the locations, you pick up little ideas, and you see certain things, and you pick up things, and I'd send pictures to the set decorator and say, oh, we need to get one of these, we need to get lights like this, we need to do this. So I would say 99.9% of it all comes from reality, and seeing kind of humorous things to bring into. It's all real. It's all, as much of it is real stuff. The odd little thing you might make up, but very rare. A lot of it is based on reality.
Well, Grant, you did a terrific job. Greece is beautiful that we all want to go there now after watching this film. So
I can say that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Our job is done.
Thank you. Thanks for meeting with me, Grant.
Not at all. Thank you. Really nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.